Hey everybody, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly forecast. My name is Terence. The week begins on Monday, November the 28th. This is going to be a very volatile week. So you're going to have to learn to detach, center yourself, and have lots of patience. And don't try not to react impulsively. So let's go through what is happening. Because to be forewarned is to be forearmed. Monday, November the 28th, the moon is in Aquarius. The moon represents the public reaction. The sun is in Sagittarius. So the moon is in harmony with the sun. That is a good day. And Mars is in harmony with structured, responsible Saturn. Even though Mars is retrograde, there can be some positive results that Mars to Saturn, you can accomplish your goals, your work tasks. You can accomplish a lot, but because of the retrograde, it will take more effort. Don't get impatient. Slow and steady wins the race. So out of the week, this is one of the good days. On Tuesday, now the moon goes void of course, just about the entire day. When the moon's void of course, it's not making any aspects to other planets until it changes signs. So the energy is flat and unproductive. Just stay the course, keep doing what you've been doing, but try not to introduce anything important, anything new, because the energy is too flat for it to fully manifest. Now, this is happening from Monday night Pacific time at 10:54 p.m. all day through Tuesday until 4:16 p.m. Pacific time, at which point the moon leaves Aquarius and goes into Pisces. Aquarius is more of an intellectual energy, more mental, and when the moon goes into Pisces, it's more sensitive, it's more caring, it's more intuitive. Now, when the moon is void of course during the day, communication Mercury will be in opposition or confrontation to impatient, irritable Mars that's retrograde. So this is not a good day for important business meetings. You might be more prone for disagreements and irritability. But there's good news here. Wait until after the moon goes direct on 4:16 p.m. Pacific time, because that evening, and you'll start feeling it, the positive, but as soon as the moon goes into Pisces, because discerning Mercury is now pulling away from that irritable Mars, and now it's in harmony with grounding, stabilizing Saturn. What this could mean is that a lot of resentment, tensions, impatience comes to the surface. But then after reflecting on it, that Mercury-Saturn later could be where you're having more common sense about the situation, more practical about the situation, and you're feeling more grounded. But then we go into Wednesday. The moon continues in Pisces all day. So there's this sensitivity, but sometimes with moon in Pisces, with all this stress, you might be more prone to taking things too personally. Now, Venus, relational Venus, will be in opposition or confrontation to the retrograde Mars. Now, that could be tension, fighting, stress in relationships. The opposition would be the interactions with a close loved one, friendships, and that Mars retrograde with Venus might be prone to arguing. Now, this Venus is also a planet of money, because Venus likes the finer things in life. And so you might also be prone to being irritable, stress, fighting over money matters. Thursday, the moon continues in sensitive Pisces. And in the first part of the day, communication Mercury, decision-making Mercury, will be in a very stressful angle to nebulous Neptune. Mercury-Neptune, you could be confused, or information you are getting could be misrepresented. That Mercury-Neptune, got to be careful of lies, misunderstandings, misinformation. But then later, after that confusing what is going on, and you wouldn't want to have an important discussion personally or professionally, but later, Venus will be in harmony with Saturn. So that is where relationships, you're starting to get much more sensible, more practical. So whatever got confused and misunderstood, you can heal it and come back to some common sense. And Venus is also a planet of money. So whether you might have been really nervous, confused, filled with anxiety early in your day, perhaps about money matters, you'll start feeling more secure later, because you might have just realized you were just overreacting and building mountains out of molehills. On Friday, the moon, when we wake up, is now in fiery, independent, assertive Aries, in harmony with the sun in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign, Aries is a fire sign. So when the moon, which sets the public tone, is in harmony with the sun, overall, for most people, this is supporting a very comfortable day, a comfortable day emotionally with your feelings. And this can also be a day when everything just seems to be easier and falling into place. So Friday is also a good day. Saturday, the moon continues in fiery, assertive, dynamic Aries, but Neptune has been retrograde for a number of months, which happens every year. Neptune goes direct on Saturday the 3rd. Now, it just depends on, because Neptune is this very subtle energy. It's an outer planet. It really affects more of the masses. You may not feel it so much individually unless it's going direct, releasing a lot of past confusion if it's impacting your chart. But on that day, Venus, relational Venus, money Venus, will be in a stressful angle to the Neptune. And as the Neptune's going direct, it's moving in the right direction, but it's being so much more intensified. So you got to be careful about Saturday, because you could be very confused, disappointed. That's all that Neptune with matters of love and friendships. Might be feeling betrayed, or it just might be also that you're just feeling insecure. What is going on with my relationships? And again, Venus is a planet of money. So money matters. You wouldn't want to be making important financial decisions on Saturday because your thinking isn't clear. With Neptune, it's more fuzzy, foggy. Sunday, on December the 4th, is a good day. Lots of ups and downs this week, because when we wake up on Sunday, the moon enters Taurus, and there aren't and the moon is not making any aspects to other planets until Monday. There's no other major planetary events like the Neptune to the Venus on Saturday. So it is a calming day. And Taurus is about routine, steadiness, relaxing. So it is a good day of rest. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, be safe and well.